Hi, I'm Damien Murdoch, and this month we're talking anxiety. And I want to get straight into giving you an awareness of what's happening in your body to give you these symptoms of anxiety or panic. And then on this video, I want to also get into a tool which will help you to take charge of the situation. Okay, so I don't know what your experience of anxiety is. It's different for everybody. But for me, I was on medication for years. And during that time, I was basically just living in hope that it was going to go away. I had no idea what was happening in my body to create it, and I had no idea that there was something that I could do to actively take charge of it. So I was just living my life, trying to avoid situations where I'd feel that panic and those anxiety symptoms. And if I knew that I was going to be in a situation, I'd be popping a Xanax and just sort of trying to get through it. And it's not a great way to be living. So eventually I moved to Queensland and I went to uni and I studied a Bachelor of Health Science, and I learned about the different systems in the body and what was happening there with all the chemical messages and hormones and that sort of thing to create these symptoms. So I want to share that information with you. And on this video, I want to get straight into a tool which I learned, which was really powerful for me because it helped me realize that I could actually do something about this. I didn't have to just let it happen to me and just hope it was going to go away. So I want to get straight into that now. So we're going to talk about changing your emotional state in an instant. And there's three ways to do this: by changing your physiology, your focus, or your self-talk, what you're saying to yourself in your own mind. So today we're going to deal with your physiology, so the way that your body functions. And when thinking about your body, I want you to think about the chemical messengers and hormones running around in your body, which puts you into certain states. We're talking about things like cortisol, adrenaline, testosterone, serotonin, dopamine, etc. Okay, and the chemicals which put you into panic as a result of the flight or fight response, of course, are different to the ones which relax you or make you feel good. Okay, so at the moment, what's happening in your body is your body thinks that you're in danger in certain situations, and so it's releasing chemicals to prepare you to either run or fight. And at some stage the program has gone a bit haywire, and at some point your body has been led to believe that whatever it is that's putting you into that anxious state, whether it's speaking in public or whatever it is for you, your body thinks that that's as dangerous as being, say, out in the ocean being chased by a shark, for example. So your body's being prepared for danger, and so that's what we need to take charge of. Okay, so there's a few different ways that I've got here that you can do that. So the first one is through your breathing. So you would have heard about deep control breathing. You need to get some oxygen in, and what happens is when you're in dangerous situations, your breathing, your respiratory rate becomes fast and shallow. So taking long, deep breaths sends the message to your body that you're actually not in danger, and so it will slow the cascade of chemicals preparing you to fight or to flee. Okay, the next one we've got here is your posture. So I posted a video about this the other day from Tony Robbins where this is explained really well. So he talks about when you're being depressed, there's a physiology which goes with that. So it's, your shoulders might go down, your head goes down, etc. And anxiety is tight and it's constricted. So throwing your shoulders back and lifting your head sends a message to your body and triggers the release of different chemicals. And in the video, Tony Robbins talks about a stance which will increase testosterone by 20%. That's whether you're male or female. And it will decrease cortisol by 15% and make you 1/3 more likely to do things that you normally wouldn't do. So that's something you can start playing around with straight away, and it's a skill that you need to practice. Right, the next one is to smile. So again, when you smile, even if it's a fake smile, or even if you put a pen or your finger across your mouth so your mouth forms the shape of a smile, it sends a message to your body. Your body's programmed into thinking that means you're happy, so it will release chemicals to support that and change your emotional state. And the next one is to move or exercise, and again, it's just changing the message that your body's got. So and the chemicals that are pumping through. So move, stretch, jump around, just do something to get those chemicals, different set of chemicals moving around, and that will change your emotional state. Okay, and there is another way which I'll get to another day. It's a video all on its own. It's called, we can set up an anchor or a trigger in your neurology so that you can snap into a certain emotional state whenever you like whatever the trigger is, whether it's a click of the fingers or whatever, it will change your emotional state. So that might sound a bit weird at the moment, but by the time we get to it, it'll make sense to you. So for now, just start to play around with some of the things that we're talking about here. I just think it's really important that you have that awareness of what's happening inside you, because once it makes sense, it's not so what's happening to you isn't so confusing anymore. It's sort of like the monster that you need to tackle, and then over the course of the month we'll just systematically set about doing that. So stay tuned over the course of the month. There'll be more videos. We'll quickly get to focus and self-talk, which are both really powerful ways to change your emotional state. And I think once you hear about that, it'll make a lot of sense to you. So stay tuned. This has been Damien Murdoch from World Class Friend. And in the month of October, we're taking charge of anxiety.